Oh God. Fuck this movie. So, hi everyone. Welcome to Film School Dropouts. I'm James, and I'm here with my backwards best friend Brent.
Sure.
Oh. What if I reverse that? I wonder what that'll sound. I'm gonna find out. It's
It's
gonna be
not.
like Hail Satan 666. Oh God. All right. Well, we're here at the season finale, season one.
Season one.
We wrapped it up. We did it. I feel accomplished. Like I actually finished something for once. So
Yeah.
I mean, we have to finish this episode, so I guess maybe I'll hold off until we're done talking.
Yeah, we're about 92% of the way through.
That's right. Yeah. We're working our way backwards through it. We're talking Tenet, I guess. I guess that's just,
Tenet is the theme of the episode.
oh boy.
Christopher
So
Nolan's latest and greatest.
it's definitely
Oh,
his latest. It's certainly his latest film.
well, we actually went and saw this movie together.
We sure as shit did, man. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get into that. I want to go ahead and, in the spirit of Tenet, are there any movies that you're looking forward to? I know that we usually do this at the beginning of the episode, but we're going to do it backwards today.
Looking forward to. Okay.
Yeah, anything coming out that you're excited for?
Yeah, there's a trailer that got released this week.
Yeah.
I think I told you before the show, this has been on my list for quite some time. I'm very excited for it.
Okay.
It's called The Green Hornet.
Nope.
The director is no, not The Green Hornet.
No, we don't want to see
The
that
Green Knight. The Green Knight. No, The Green Hornet is you know that Seth Rogen film from a few years ago?
Yeah, you're really excited about that?
I can't wait. No.
Green Knight.
The Green Knight, directed by David Lowery, I believe his name is.
My boy David Lowery.
You went crazy for this guy a few years ago when he released A Ghost Story. Right?
Yeah, I mean it was my favorite movie of the year, and I actually have a Ghost Story tattoo. I fully love that movie, and I also love every other movie he's directed. He did the live action Pete's Dragon with Robert Redford and Bryce Dallas Howard. Fucking charming movie.
Okay.
Yeah, he did the Old Man and the Gun, and I mean this is his newest one, The Green Knight. It looks fucking rad.
Yeah, I mean everything. I was very excited before I saw the trailer.
Right.
And then I saw the trailer and my mind was blown. And I don't like watching trailers. You know this about me.
Right. Yeah, you brought that up a couple times.
But because I've been like so hyped for this movie for so long, I was like, I have to do it. And I did it. And the trailer did not reveal anything except for a good time. So I'm down.
Yeah, I actually haven't seen the new trailer because they released a trailer for this movie like a year and a half ago when it was supposed to come out, before the world ended. And I remember seeing that and was just like, Jesus, because it's like this cool Arthurian looking fantasy epic with Dev Patel in the lead. And there's like giants and like tree men and like flaming crowns and shit.
Yeah, I guess it's some mythological tale about like Arthur and the Knights of the Round Table, sort of
something in that vein,
realm.
Yeah. But yeah, I saw that trailer a long time ago, and then they.
I wonder if it's the same one.
I think they released the one that you saw is the new one that they released.
Yeah, so this is like a full 2 minutes.
Okay, I haven't seen that. Yeah, I might not. I might just hold off because like it's a couple months away. I've already seen the fucking all the posters and the first trailer, and I mean I'm
is
so
that an
in the
opening
bag.
night
For me? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I think for sure.
Yeah, that'll be probably one of the first movies like where I'm like, okay, where's the first place it's playing? Like I'm gonna be fucking scoping it out. But yeah, I mean, David Lowery is just one of my one of the guys that I keep fucking. I love Dev Patel. I love Dev Patel.
So good.
I actually remember like a year-ish ago, the trailer for this movie came out, and then like within the same week, it might have been within the same like 2-day span, the trailer for The Personal History of David Copperfield came out, which was another Dev Patel movie where he's doing like this Charles Dickens, reimagined thing directed by Armando Iannucci, and like. My girlfriend and I are such big Dev Patel fans, and I was just like, "Oh my god, look at all these awesome movies he's going to be in!" And then, of course, they both got delayed, forever. But yeah, man, Green Knight, I'm right there with you. I cannot wait.
Everyone knows, obviously, he was great in Slumdog, but
yeah,
he was also give him an Aaron Sorkin script like he had in The Newsroom TV.
Sure.
Sorry,
yeah, no, that's cool. I saw a little bit of it.
Oh, he just ate the scenes alive.
He's charming in that. He was,
but that's Jeff Daniels' vehicle, Michigan boy.
Yeah, I one of my like favorite Dev Patel moments, because he was this like cute boy who like hit big and everyone was like, oh my God, we love him. He's like one of the new up and comers. He's a little cutie. He had a real baby face, and he's in all these awesome movies. And then, did you ever see Lion, his 2016 movie, Lion?
I've put it on probably 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
It's a bit of it's a slower pace for me, and I think it caught me off guard a little bit.
Okay, I like that movie a lot.
Yeah, I'll say he's great in it. What I saw, I should probably finish it.
There's a moment in that movie that like I just like, Jesus, like he's just this cute boy forever, and then in Lion, he's not in the first like huge arc of the movie because it's all about the younger version of himself, and then it cuts forward in time to when he's an adult.
He's got the big beard.
The first scene you see of him is him breaking the surface of the water because he's surfing, and he's just like the hottest fucking guy. Like he's just a full-on man all of a sudden. Like he's been a boy forever. Then you put on Lion, and he's just like 6'3", big, long, beautiful beard, like just fucking a hunk. Oh God, he's so hot. And I cannot wait to see him like kill giants or whatever in the green room.
It's gonna be sweet.
It's gonna be awesome. Yeah.
Got anything that is exciting you in the future?
Oh yes. So I was gonna bring this on the last episode, but then Paul Verhoeven released the trailer for Benedetta, so I had to get real horny for that nun. Right. So
he's like, I'm gonna put a nipple right on the poster.
Yeah, we're gonna fucking put that right square in the center, right there, like a target. But the movie I'm bringing this week has no poster or release date or trailer. Hasn't started filming yet. Does have a cast, and I'm gonna get. Anyways, David Cronenberg announced his next movie, and it's called Crimes of the Future. His last movie was like 7 years ago, 6 or 7 years ago. It's been a long time. He's getting old, so I wasn't sure if we were going to get another Cronenberg movie, but he announced it. He's doing like a sci-fi horror movie set in the future, and it's like about the future, like relating its crimes backwards in time, and not dissimilar to what we're talking about today. But the cast of this Cronenberg fucking movie, right off the bat, I'm gonna hook you. It's got Vigo. He's reteaming.
I'm already there.
He's reteaming with Vigo. This is like his 4th movie with Vigo. I cannot wait. Also, Kristen Stewart, I believe, is the lead.
And I just laughed.
Oh no, you gotta come back. It's good. It's good. She's good. We love her. Oh man, boy. She's great. She's good when she does shit like this, like weird, small budget. She's awesome in those kind of movies.
Well, I mean, I don't hate her, so we'll see.
Well, yeah, I don't know. Watch some of her indie flicks. They're all really good. She's very good in all of them.
I mean, I've seen a couple. The one with Dakota Fanning.
The Runaways.
Yeah,
I never saw that one.
Yeah, they both were good in it. I think Gandolfini's in it also.
Yeah, I never saw that one. Yeah. No, she's good. She's in like a couple movies that are by Oliver Assayas. We got like Personal Shopper and Clouds of Sils Marie. Those are really, really good, like tiny movies that no one saw, but she's so good in them. Anyways, I can't wait to see her in a fucking Cronenberg movie.
Well, the one that I always hear about her is Adventureland that I haven't seen.
Which one?
Adventureland with Eisenberg.
No, I've never seen that.
Oh no?
Is that good? I don't know. I never.
Supposedly that's like her best role that I keep hearing from everyone.
No, that's not her best role.
That's what I've read articles on it.
Come on.
Yeah.
Send me those articles so I can sue them. Her best role is in Adventureland.
It might have been BuzzFeed, but whatever.
Yeah, it probably was fucking BuzzFeed. You'll never recognize Kristen Stewart in this new, what is Ryan Reynolds is in that movie or some shit like that? I don't know. Oh my God. All right, well, that's me. I'm bringing Crimes of the Future. I'll probably be talking about that movie a lot in the episodes to come, just because we probably got like a year and a half before it comes out. So they're filming it this summer, and I can't fucking wait. I just wanted to get like on the bandwagon before anyone else.
Apparently, are we ever going to revisit some of the ones that we are, that come out? We're excited for movies that come out. We revisit them, kind of like, I don't know.
Mortal Kombat. Oh God! Why did you watch it?
No, but I was gonna, and then I guess everyone said it was terrible. And
yeah, I'm gonna watch it still. I've got plans to see it. Yeah. Yeah, no, it sounds like shit. My buddy told me like the plot of it, and I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, it sounds like dick, but whatever, I'll go see it.
I think I saw some ungodly score on Rotten Tomato, like 13% or something.
Yeah, no, it's not looking great.
You knew what you were getting into. You go for the fights, right? You go for the characters and the fights.
I guess, but it's from what I've heard, and like again, this is two people who haven't seen the movie talking about it. It sounds like it took itself way too seriously and was trying to be like this awesome world building gritty Avengers-esque, you know. It's like you don't really need that. Like the first Mortal Kombat movie is so good because it's just like, here's all these fucking cool people who are just gonna fight on an island and like it's gonna be corny and fun, which is like the whole energy of the video game franchise. I don't know why you would want to be like, all right, we've got to rebuild the legend from scratch. Like, calm down, you know.
You don't want to know Scorpion's lore?
You can do that, but it can be fun, right? Like, it doesn't need to be like, fucking, we don't need a Scorpion's origin film that they're probably trying to set up, do some backdoor, franchise building shit. God. Anyways, well, I mean, are you ready to go back? Are you ready?
Dive into Tenet?
Yeah, you ready to talk about Tenet?
Let's do it.
All right.
All I have for you is a word. Tenet. It'll open the right doors, some of the wrong ones too. Use it carefully.
To do what I do, I need some idea of the threat we face.
As I understand it, we're trying to prevent World War III.
I'm not saying Armageddon here.
No. Something worse.
So yeah, you and I saw Tenet in theaters together for my birthday.
Yes.
Usually we talk about how Nolan releases his movies in July, so it's for your birthday, but because of the pandemic, it just didn't get released until later.
Yeah, much later. And
yeah,
he was very mad about this.
Do you remember this? I mean, this is not that long ago, but like, yeah, it was like a whole debacle. Like, oh, Christopher Nolan's going to try and save cinema with Tenet. And like, there was all this pressure on the movie from like studios and from audiences. Like, everyone was freaking out about Tenet. When is it going to come out?
He was livid because, like we talked about, like he likes his movies come out in the summer and it just kept getting delayed and delayed and delayed.
I mean,
and he was getting so mad because he wants his big blockbuster that he's used to.
Yeah, well, he couldn't.
There's no way he was going to get it in a pandemic.
No, that's the thing is, I don't know how to feel about it because it's just like, dude, you should have waited a year. Like, you should have just delayed it a whole year. You're not going to get the big fucking blockbuster that you want. It's not going to happen. The theaters aren't open. Like, people aren't allowed to leave their houses. What do you expect is going to happen?
I think it did end up still getting a decent pull.
It made a lot of money, especially worldwide. Like,
yeah, I was surprised when I was looking up how much the gross revenue was. I was like, wow, that's a lot higher than I thought it was going to be for a pandemic.
Yeah, I think it made like over $300 million worldwide. So like,
that's
still,
decent.
He still reined it in. But yeah, I mean, this movie probably would have made a little bit more if not for the terrible, terrible plague.
Yeah, I think it's a safe with, especially if, because they probably would have marketed it more. You would have heard a lot more about John David Washington. Yeah,
I mean, then again, who knows? Because then like a couple months after that, Warner Bros. Was like, fuck it, we're putting all of our movies on HBO Max first. Fuck it, we're done. We're done with theaters. Like there was that whole debacle, which is now starting to get ironed out in a weird way, but we don't have to get into all that. So yeah, who knows what would have happened with Tenet if he had not held on to it. But like, yeah, so you would, my girlfriend rented out a movie theater for us to see Tenet in, and me and a couple friends and yourself included all drove on down to Toledo and we saw Tenet in the theater. It was the only movie I had seen between like February and yesterday in theaters.
Yeah, I mean, I still haven't seen one since in theaters.
No. Yesterday was the first time I went back to the movie theaters, which I will talk about at the end of the episode. Wink.
Nice.
Yeah. But all right. So, I mean, you and I watched Tenet in the theaters.
Expectations sky high. For me, at least, coming off Dunkirk.
Aren't they always right? Yeah, they're always sky high. Yeah, this is your fucking guy. You always want it.
Oh,
yeah, especially coming off of Dunkirk, which was like a pristine masterpiece.
Yeah, I was just like, this guy can do no wrong. I'm ready for whatever he does.
Right. Yeah.
And then I see the cast coming together.
Yeah. And again, yeah.
We got to talk about John David Washington.
Yep.
We have to talk about old sexy.
My boy Bob.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Debicki. I mean, yeah, this cast, it sort of was like when this movie was coming together, it was like, okay, yep, sounds like Nolan's had it again. He's just putting together an incredible cast and it's going to be this huge international espionage movie. Who knows? It's going to be great.
Like, give me Robert Pattinson. Like, it's Christopher Nolan, so that means they're going to be wearing suits.
Correct.
And it's Robert Pattinson, so that means it's Robert Pattinson in a suit.
Hot. Like, I'm fucking there. And then, of course, He gets Elizabeth Debicki, who's just like the fucking 6'3" goddess from,
what a vision she is.
She's a fucking statue. She's just a work of art to look at.
God, is she the actual Oscar statue? Like
she's incredible looking. Yeah. And like, and then Kenneth Branagh comes back, and of course you got Michael Caine in there, but I guess we'll try and get into all that. So we saw this in theaters. I remember being just so what's the word I'm looking for? I was just guffawed watching the movie because I was just like, this is utter fucking nonsense the whole time, where I was laughing because of like certain lines that were just so fucking ridiculous. And I remember we left the theater, me and Jessica drove home, and we were all just like, what the fuck was he thinking? What was that? Which I know for me, it was a lot easier for me to just be like, yeah, I didn't like that at all. But I know you might have had a little bit more of a conflict because you love him so much. So
yeah, I mean, it's definitely a conflict because you try so hard to make sense of what you just watched. And he's like showing like, he's always ambitious as hell in like shooting his movies a certain way, not giving all the pieces. Mm-hmm. This time, I will say this is another one that you've never seen anything like this before. This
is very true. I remember the trailers coming out for this, and I was like, oh, this looks interesting. And then you start to see what he's doing with like the reverse shit. And I was like, holy fuck, this is going to be great. And like, listen, they got a lot of things to say about this movie. But when it is just doing the pure action backwards shit, man, the movie sings. It's great.
Yeah, I mean, he definitely knows how to do action, and he shows that in every movie, just like this one. Like, there's a lot of cool segments, the reverse bungee jumping, super cool.
Yep.
Like, there's just a lot of cool, and again, visually gorgeous. Mm-hmm. Just all his movies are beautiful. But I don't know, I'm not gonna lie, when we're trying to talk about this movie, just like when we left the theater, I still don't really know.
So this is what I was gonna get to. I guess we should just get this out of the way first and foremost. I don't like this movie at all, and it is. I've been dreading doing this podcast because I don't even know how to fucking talk about it. I really don't even know like what we're gonna do to talk about this movie. We're gonna do it. Like we're gonna
try. Here. We gotta try.
We're definitely gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. But yeah, it's just mind-boggling, and not in a good way. There are movies. Here's my first talking point. There are movies that exist that I have kind of lumped together in my brain, and I've made a new genre that the movies are just called nonsense masterpieces. Just complete
Mulholland Drive.
That you could put that in there. I was gonna go a little bit further and say like Miami Vice is one. The Matrix Reloaded is definitely one.
That's the second one, right?
Yeah, the second one. Inherent Vice is definitely one for me. But like movies that are just sort of like they're more so about like just sitting down and vibing with what's going on screen, and then if you try to think too hard about it, it's a little bit convoluted and kind of just sort of funny, like that anyone would like finance a movie that is about these crazy ideas that don't really like mesh together. But at the end of the day, you're like, well, I just got to see like a pretty cool fucking like Miami Vice is a strange movie, but yeah, you can still follow it is the difference, I think. And I was hoping revisiting Tenet that I would be like, okay, this is going to go in the Pantheon. This is going into the nonsense masterpiece Hall of Fame. And the difference between Tenet and those other movies is Tenet wants to not feel like a nonsense masterpiece. Tenet as a movie feels like it is trying to make sense every step of the way. Whereas like if you watch Inherent Vice, that movie is all about like, yeah, here's like a fucking classic detective noir where like, all of this shit is so convoluted, but like that's the fun of it. Like we're just gonna fuck around with the format and like whatever. That's not what this movie is at all.
Well, I feel that, and I agree 100% because I think there are movies where, like I said, Mulholland Drive. Like I did not like that movie at all.
No, that's not your tempo.
No, that is not my tempo. Literally, the DVD inside had hints about what each scene meant. I don't. that's ridiculous for me. That's not a movie. That's
Mulholland Drive's a fucking masterpiece.
Oh my god!
Can't wait to talk about it with you.
But here's the thing with this movie: there are people that have fully deciphered this, and it makes perfect sense to them.
No. See, here's the okay. I know exactly. I actually wanted to have this conversation where there's like full YouTube channels devoted to breaking down Tenet to like try and make sense of it. That's not a movie. Like if that's what it takes for you, like if you have to do a 13-hour fucking live YouTube stream.
I agree, and that's how I felt about the hints on the DVD with Mulholland Drive. I shouldn't need a cheat code on the back.
You definitely don't. Mulholland Drive's not like that. That's not what that is.
He included that on the director's cut. Those hints.
I doubt he did. I'm sure whatever fucking company, what is it, Fox or whatever. I'm sure they did.
It probably advised them like they need this. People need
I
this.
guarantee you, David Lynch was like, "What the fuck are you talking about? This makes perfect sense." But that's what I wanted to get to is. We'll use Miami Vice that as like the example that I want to like kind of compare the two movies. Because have you ever seen Miami Vice?
That's the Jamie Foxx, Colin Farrell.
Yeah.
Again, I started it and I turned it off. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I love Miami Vice.
That was back in the day when I was not a fan of Colin Farrell. So he was already on.
Okay,
nice.
I see. So now that you're on the other side of it, you can probably appreciate it a little bit more.
Well, after I watched In Bruges, then I was like, oh, this guy's actually amazing.
Yeah, he's the best. But so Miami Vice, just to set the table of why I'm bringing this movie up, is a incredibly convoluted, like all just like vibe movie about cops doing drug busts and shit, right? It doesn't make any fucking sense. At no point does Michael Mann slow down to be like, okay, so just in case you didn't get it, we're going to catch up on this scene of exposition. None of that. You don't get a fucking thing. But the difference between Miami Vice and Tenet is Miami Vice, if you just take it in, it all works. If you like, it's using incredibly convoluted like language to like describe things that if you're not a fucking cop, you don't know what any of these fucking phrases mean, right? Like, there's like a whole scene where he's like, "Oh, your OPSEC was blown," and you're like, "What's OPSEC?" And they don't ever fucking get into it. You know, like they don't get into any of that shit in that movie.
Your operating sector.
No, I think it's like operational security. I don't know, but but like that movie doesn't rely on your knowledge of any of that to work. Whereas Tenet, good God, Nolan made this movie and. I feel like in Nolan's head, he's like, well, this all makes sense. Like, I don't need, like, I've explained everything. It's all there. But I think the failure of this movie is he's too confident in that at this point. And what this movie feels like is like the 8th entry in a fucking spy franchise where you're like, okay, we all know all the terms now. We know all the rules of this world. We get it. Like, we can kind of just roll through the plot. Whereas that's not what this is. This is the first movie. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like an 8th entry in a franchise where you're supposed to know everything. That's how I feel about it.
Yeah, I totally get what you're saying because as we left the theater, it doesn't matter how much you try to digest it, you're still not going to know. Like, I don't know. It's just the mechanics. He does try to explain it, but at the end of the day, you're still left with all these pieces and you try to put them together and it's like, no.
Well, none of it. And the movie has this fucking breakneck pace to it.
It is pretty fast paced.
It is so fast paced. So it's like, yeah, if you're lost after the first scene, you're fucked for the rest of the movie.
I will say I liked it more this time.
Wow, I liked it less.
Really?
So I sat down with my girlfriend and she liked this movie a little bit more than you and I did, I think, when we saw it. And I was like, all right, cool. We're going to watch Tenet with subtitles because that was a huge part of the movie when we saw it in theaters was you can't fucking understand anything anyone's saying. They're all wearing gas masks like for half the movie. They're saying things that don't really sound like real words. You know, there's a scene where John David Washington slips a piece of paper into Elizabeth Debicki's coat, and then he just really quickly says, "Numbers in the coat, don't call from home." And like, if you don't know that's what he says, if you don't know that that's like the subtitles on screen, it doesn't sound like English. It doesn't sound like real words. You're like, wait, what did he say to her? I don't like. And there's so many lines like that in this movie. So, subtitles was exciting.
Yeah, the very first scene.
The first scene is them in all fucking gas masks.
Yeah, gas masks and loud gunshots and this. But I loved how, like he did with Dunkirk, he just dives right into it. That opening.
That's true. Yeah.
I love that. If he can make that his signature, thrust me right into your adventure, sir.
Yeah, I want to be clear. Like, I'm very firmly in the camp of like, I don't think directors owe anything to the audience. I don't think a director should feel that they have to sit down and explain things. Like if the movie makes sense to the director and he can get it out on the screen, that's fine. Like, I don't think Nolan needs to do any more explaining than he feels is necessary. I just, at the end of the day, like, fuck, this thing doesn't make any sense. So like, oh well, I guess, you know, I'm not saying like, oh, this movie's too confusing, it sucks. It's just like, it just baffled. Like, no one else would be able to make this movie.
Confusing terms. It's the concept of what he's doing in the movie. Like,
yeah, do you want to try and talk about it?
Inversion.
So, all right. So Tenet is about a war. No, it's not. I don't know what it's about. It's about like a Russian guy who wants to blow up the world with a nuclear bomb that he got from the future. Question mark? Is that right?
Yeah, this overly cartoonish villain played by Kenneth Branagh, which I did not like at all.
Ooh.
Not at all. As a matter of fact, he was the only emotion in the movie, and I didn't like it. I didn't. You want to talk about my biggest beefs with this movie is the lack of emotion from the character. You get a little tears from Elizabeth, you get anger from Kenneth Branagh. That's it.
I put Kenneth Branagh on my best supporting actor list for this year for this movie. I think he is so good in this. He's going full fucking cartoon, you're right. But like, I don't know, maybe it's just because everything else in the movie is like, I don't know what the fuck's happening. At least I can latch on to what he's doing. But I love him in this movie.
That's the thing. Like, I feel like because it's a lot of times the movie is kind of even keel. It's going through the motions. There's not a lot of emotion that Nolan kind of tries overly hard to make him eviler than he is. Like,
he's so evil.
He makes it a point to have him yell and beat his wife, and he's just I don't know. It seems like he was trying very hard to build stakes and build a bad villain, and I was not threatened, or I didn't care for him.
Well, that's definitely true. I definitely agree. Like, at no point in this movie was I like, oh no, the stakes are so high. I was just kind of like, so wait, who's going backwards and who's going forwards? Like, and how does that even work? Like, what does that even matter? So I don't know. Maybe I like Branagh because he's the only thing I could actually grab onto where I'm like, I know what he's doing.
No, I totally understand why you like him, because he was the only emotion in the whole movie.
Yeah, and I love Elizabeth Debicki so much. I think she's a fucking movie star and a half. I love her so much. Her character in this movie is so fucking bland and boring. It is it might be my least favorite Nolan character, like out of all of his characters. She's and
I feel like take that stamp he used for her and apply it also to John David Washington and Robert Pattinson's character.
Oh, no, I'll get into that. I totally disagree with that. I like what both of those guys are doing.
With the exception of a couple smirks from Pattinson, I felt nothing. I didn't even. It's not good. Like, I know Nolan is always like going for like the calm, the cool, sexy, like, you know, he kind of has that even in his very first movie was Following. They're all kind of like, you don't get a lot of emotion. But here it's like, I don't know, it's ramped up, and it could have used emotion.
Oh, okay. I'll get it. Well, let's just get into it. I think Debicki's boring as hell, and it's not her fault. Like, the character is just like a woman who has to cry a lot about her son, and that's it. That's all she does. The whole movie is just like worry about her son. So that's boring and no fun. Kenneth Branagh is just playing like you said, a cartoon fucking like Russian villain with a bomb, which works for me, but whatever. I actually like John David Washington in this movie a lot. He's playing a character that has no name, and he kind of has this like sleepy vibe to him. Like, he has this like really like laid back. He just seems like tired and like kind of stoned the whole movie.
Yeah, I agree. I definitely agree.
I kind of like it because like all he's doing the whole movie is like going from scene to scene being like, wait, what the fuck is going on? And then someone has to explain to him some stupid fucking like sci-fi rule. And I don't know. I like that his take on the character is just like, what is it? All right, yeah, cool. Let's just keep going. Like, I kind of like that. And like the couple of scenes where he has to sort of explode, which doesn't happen very often, but I really like the scene where he gets like cornered in that kitchen and they're about to like beat him up, and he just fucking like wrecks these guys, and he's so cool about it. Like, in between like doing this huge burst of violence.
You don't see anything on his face while he's destroying these dudes. Like, it's too cool.
Yeah, you're right.
It's too ramped. Like, I
really like that. I like that he like beats like these guys are about to take him out, and he just like vicious punch combo to this one dude, and then he like immediately like calms back down and starts walking towards the other dude and grabs like a cheese grater and then just starts fucking him up and then just immediately calms back down and walks. I really like. I don't know what that says about his character, because his character is nothing. But
well, no, I agree. That badass fight scene for sure. I like the first hour of the movie. You're cooking with gas. You're into it, and then it just. I feel like it gets.
I'm never really into it.
By the final like little war with the two teams, whatever, and all the bombs, it's just like, oh my God, like what am I watching? It just seems like you got one team that's blue, one team that's red. Supposedly one is from the future, one is
going backward. They're doing a temporal pincer movement.
Where they're like pinching. It's just, look, if I watched a YouTube and I fully dived into it, I'm sure I could probably love this movie. But I agree with what you said. The fact that it has to be like broken down,
right?
It doesn't work for the average viewer.
It's just not a movie at that point. I think movies like The Matrix Reloaded. When I first saw The Matrix Reloaded, I was like, what the fuck were they thinking? That was terrible. And like, just over time, I've rewatched all of the Matrix movies now, and that's the extent of my research. Is I just watched the movie again, and now I love The Matrix Reloaded just as much as I love The Matrix. Like, those two movies are both perfect masterpieces in my mind, because like I've fully figured out like kind of everything that I love about each movie. And like, same thing with Miami Vice, and Mulholland Drive is a good one. Like, if all it takes for you to understand and love a movie is watching it a couple times, cool, that works. If the thing that's going to get you to understand the movie is like some fucking dweeb on YouTube, like being like, okay, and here's the scene where, like, that's not a movie. You know what I mean? If you can't watch the movie a couple times and like be on its wavelength in any way, it's failed. And I just feel like that's kind of what this movie is.
I mean, we get what's happening. We just don't like what's happening. I
don't get it. I will be I do not. My girlfriend read the Wikipedia plot summary before she watched the movie. I did not do it. And I was just like screaming at the screen, like, what are you fucking talking about? What's happening? And then she'd be like, well, this is what's happening. I'm like, I guess if that's what you say, I don't know. Like, he hasn't shown any of that in any kind of like palatable way. I'm sure the information's on screen, but it is completely indecipherable
to the average viewer.
Okay, well, yeah, sure. Anyways, let's talk about Pattinson.
I couldn't decipher it.
No, absolutely. Let's talk about Pattinson a little bit
and his blonde highlights.
He's looking great. So we talked. I mean, aside from Debicki, I kind of like all of the main characters in this movie and what they're doing. You don't. You've said, right? Like, is there like a performance that you no?
This is, as far as characters, no. None of them were entertaining. None of them had emotion.
Okay.
I can't speak enough about how they were emotionless.
I see. I think the only one who has like genuine emotion is Pattinson's character. He is playing. Okay, so if I got this right, and correct me if I'm wrong, or just go with it because you and I don't know what the fuck this movie is. He's playing a character who is traveling backwards in time as part of like a temporal, like they say, like a pincer attack, right?
Yeah.
So the entire movie, he has already lived a full life with John David Washington. He once they meet, he already knows who John David Washington is because he's traveling backwards in time, right? So the whole movie, you get all these, and I like watching it this time, I really like paid attention to Pattinson just because I knew that was what the character was. You get all these really, really awesome moments where John David Washington will ask him a question or like get frustrated about something. And you can see Pattinson like caring about this other character that he, quote unquote, doesn't really know yet. And I think he's playing the emotion really well, where he's like having to subtly like suppress his love for this other dude because they're best friends in the future that we haven't seen. And I think the last scene with the two of them where they're saying goodbye to each other, like Pattinson just fucking crushes that scene. He's so like, he cares about Washington's character so much. Like you can tell just with like little bits of like smirks and stuff like that. I think it's all good.
What does he say? He's like, me and you are going to have some adventures or something? Or
yeah.
Have some fun.
Right. Yeah. And like, Pattinson's like line at the end of the movie is, this is the end of a beautiful friendship.
Hey, you never did tell me who recruited you, Neil.
Haven't you guessed by now? You did. Only not when you thought. You have a future in the past. Years ago for me, years from now for you.
You've known me for years.
For me, I think this is the end of a beautiful friendship.
But for me, it's just the beginning.
We get up to some stuff. You're gonna love it. You'll see.
You know, like
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, that whole last scene I think actually like rules. I just wish that the rest of the movie was about that, or like could even remotely put that on the screen. Like you don't get any of that between them.
Give me a buddy cop or like a buddy flick with those two. Don't make it about
Yeah, you kind of want to see what Pattinson's talking about. You're like, well,
Yeah,
I would love to see those adventures. Let me see that. Yeah.
it just felt so character light.
Oh, well, definitely. I mean, the main character's name is fucking the protagonist,
And he calls himself that too in the movie.
which is, it doesn't make any sense, but okay, sure.
Here, I have a big beef with the scene he goes up and he's interrogating after the reverse bungee jump,
Yep.
and Pattinson's has them all in the security room. They
Yeah.
got to be fast. The very next scene, Pattinson's kind of like he's on that. He's got them all in the room. He's like looking around.
Yeah.
The very next scene is John David Washington's character relaxing on the balcony, sipping a drink. It's
That's
like
a good point.
you do not have time to do this. Like
Your buddy is like panicking downstairs, and he's
Right.
just like, yeah.
and
He's like trying to
and
be
not only
James
that,
Bond.
but Pattinson's character sees him in the monitor sitting there drinking.
That's true. Yeah.
See, you knew they had to have been friends. The fact that he let that slide.
Right. That's funny. Yeah. there's like, oh man. I think we should just talk about the couple of set pieces that are there in this movie, because I refuse to like do a plot description. I will refuse to do that on this podcast.
I mean,
So
the plot is just Russian guy wants bomb to end world
why?
because he's dying.
Okay. Sure. And then they have to do backwards and forwards spy moves to stop him.
And then Nolan introduces this cool like time mechanic that gets convoluted and lost along the way. He had
Yeah.
grand aspirations. It's just
This movie is crazy ambitious. And I think it actually does succeed visually. Like when he tells you like,
gorgeous.
okay, yeah, when he tells you, okay, this is what the movie is. Some people and some objects can have their entropy inverted so that they're going backwards in time instead of forwards. Oh, that's kind of cool. And then you actually see it visually displayed and you're like, ooh, oh, okay, this could be really interesting. You do a lot of cool shit with this. And he does. But then in between all that, when he has to string together an actual story, no.
Well, here's my thing. I liked all that.
Yeah.
And I felt like one of the characters was talking to me right before the third act started. He's like, you're still thinking in literal terms, because that's what I was doing.
Okay.
And I can't stop thinking literal terms. So I tried to
no, because we're watching a linear movie. That's the problem.
Well, but Nolan tried to bring something new to the table, and I like
so
that.
Fucking alienating.
He tried to show a story in a linear fashion and then show another story going reverse.
I wish that was what the movie was, because there are parts of this movie where I get really excited because you kind of get through the first half of the movie and you sort of get the idea like, oh, is he about to go backwards through the movie that we just saw? Like, is that what we're about to watch? Is him just literally get in a machine and go backwards through everything we've already seen? Because that would be cool. And they do a couple of things that are like that, but that's not really what happens after that. And I can't really describe what happens after that because it's just like nonsense. But like there are a couple of set pieces you see in the first half of the movie where you're like, hell yeah, that was cool. And then he goes in the backwards machine or what the fuck ever. And then you see those set pieces again, but run in reverse with him going forwards through them. And it's like, yeah, that's what's awesome.
You're not going to see that from no one else.
No one could do that. And I don't even know. There's a couple scenes where I'm like, oh yeah, they just ran shit backwards. I got it. But then there's other scenes like him fighting himself in like the all black gas mask suit where I'm like, no,
so cool.
No, I don't understand how he did this at all. This is
so
insanity. All right. So there's a couple of things I want to talk about.
Real quick, before you even get in,
Let's do it.
Because it bounced back on what you said about Elizabeth Debicki's character.
Yeah.
It's funny when I was watching this yesterday, how you were just saying how bland and nothing. And I was thinking, does Nolan write women well?
No.
But then I thought of Hilary Swank's character and I liked her.
Oh, she's all right. Yeah, she's okay.
But is that because of how great she is as an actress?
No, because she's not that great.
I like Hillary. She's got chops.
She's got 2 Oscars, so yeah.
Swank's got chops.
I mean, I see. Here's the thing: is I like Elizabeth Debicki more than I like Hilary Swank. So like,
Yeah, sure, I might like her more, but talent, no. Swank all day.
no way, you're crazy.
No.
Let's fucking do a
And I
widow
think
that. But an emergency. We're doing an
Debicki's got-
emergency widows
Debicki's got
episode right
chops,
now.
too.
I love it. That's what we're doing. Okay,
She ain't got
so
no Swank chops. That's for sure.
Garbage. Yeah, try to imagine Hilary Swank doing a fucking 7-foot tall gold alien in Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Try to imagine Elizabeth Debicki being
Boxing?
a boy.
She's like 6'3". She could be a boy in a heartbeat. She could be a fucking big tall man. I believe it. Anyways, let's get off this.
I just did a Deuce Bigelow reference.
Hey, did you? Is that what you did on my podcast? You piece of shit. All right. So there's a couple things I wanted to talk about, sort of in relation to this movie. One of them being, how do I put this? So there's, have you ever seen All the President's Men?
That's a long time ago.
Yeah, Redford and Hoffman.
Yeah.
So there's a scene in All the President's Men that really made me think of this movie, which is a weird thing to say, but there's a scene early in All the President's Men where Redford is writing his first draft of like the first article he's going to write. And he like types out a couple pages and then he goes and he puts it on the editor's desk and he goes back to his seat. And then Hoffman gets up, picks up his copies and then starts editing them.
May I have it? I don't think you're saying what you mean. I know exactly what I mean. Not here. I can't tell from this whether Hunt works for Coulson or Coulson works for Hunt. May I have it, please? So many conclusions. May I have it? Yes, I'm not looking for a fight. I'm not looking for a fight either. I'm just aware of the fact that you've only been here 9 months. What does that got to do with anything? Well, I've been in the business since I'm 16. What are you saying? Well, I'm trying to tell you that if you'd read mine and then read yours... May I read yours? Yeah. I walked by, gave yours a glance. It didn't look right, so I just figured I'd refine it a little. That first paragraph has to have more clarity. The reader's going to understand it. You don't mention Coulson's name to the third paragraph. I think mine's better, but you go ahead and read it. If you think yours is better, we'll give yours to the desk. I got Coulson's name up front. He was a White House consultant, and nobody knows it. Yours is better.
The end of that scene is Hoffman saying something along the lines of like, listen, you got good work here, but I don't know who works for who, and I just put that in the lead to make it a little bit more easy to understand. And Redford picks up his copy and goes, you're right, yours is better. Let's use that. And I could not stop thinking about that scene watching this movie, because at no point do I understand who works for who. At no point do I understand like what the stakes are. And I feel like Nolan might be at a point in his career, which some directors get to, where people don't say no to him. And that's not a good thing.
Like pretty much just any decision he makes, they're like, yeah, just run with it.
Exactly.
Isn't Michael Caine in charge in the movie?
What? He's like British intelligence, maybe? But like, I don't know.
Whatever.
This is my point. Is like
Michael Caine ran the budget, though. I know that. Gave him the card. And
he
was like,
gave him the
get
card.
a new suit.
Yeah.
So whoever controls the money is running the show. You know
right.
that.
Right. I guess so. But it's just I couldn't stop thinking about that scene because it just really like encapsulated what I think is wrong with this movie, which is no one picked up his edit and said, there's a couple things you could do to make this a little bit more palatable. That I don't think that happened. And I think Nolan's at that point in his career where no one's going to say no to him. He makes money every time he makes a movie. He gets all the big stars. It's a big deal. He's the top of the crop right now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it probably won't change until he stops making money.
Well, it might actually change after this movie because like he has such a strained relationship with Warner Bros. Now because of the whole HBO Max thing. Like he might have to go to a different studio. Who knows how that's going to work? Like I'm really curious to see what happens after this. But there are some directors who get so successful that people stop correcting them and stop giving them notes. And that's to their detriment.
Yeah, that applies to any profession.
It absolutely does. But like a good analog is like Robert Zemeckis got to a point in his career where he had won, Best Picture for Forrest Gump. And then he goes on and he makes Castaway, which is this huge fucking hit. And then he spends a whole decade making like mocap garbage that like no one's saying no to him. At no point is anyone being like, hey, these are really expensive and like bad. Like we should probably stop doing this, because he had gotten so successful that like no one was going to correct his ass. You know what I mean? And that happens to like most famous directors, I think. They have like a period where it's just like
he did Beowulf, right?
Yeah, he did do Beowulf. Yeah,
I didn't hate Beowulf.
Beowulf is one of his better movies.
Okay,
I like,
but I get what you're saying for sure. He kind of just ride the wave of success, and
yeah, no one's there to fucking stop you.
Right.
And I think that's what this movie really feels like. Just no one was around when he made this. Like he was just given free reign. No one had any notes. No one looked at the fucking dailies like at all. I can't imagine anyone.
I didn't look at
this.
what the reviews for. Did the critics like this one at all?
Yeah, people like it.
Did?
Yeah. Most.
Yeah, so he's going to continue this because he made money and the critics like it.
Yeah,
There's
that's true.
No incentive for him not to.
Yeah, you're right. I'm just curious what's going to happen now that he might not be with Warner Bros. Anymore, because like he talks shit about them after they put all their movies straight to HBO Max. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, they were still dealing with the fallout of the pandemic. I think things might it'll probably never go back to the way it was, but I think it'll normalize a little bit for sure.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, it seems like what they did was they announced that every movie coming out in 2021 was going to go straight to HBO Max and theaters at the same time. And now they've backpedaled a little bit and said like, oh, that's only for 2021. Back in 2022, we're going back to normal because everything will be 100%, done by then. So maybe, I don't know, maybe that's all it was, but yeah, man.
And they're losing a ton of money by going straight to video.
I know. I don't know. We'll see. We'll fucking see. All right. Another thing I want to talk about with this movie is the score.
Yeah. I mean, probably, I don't know. I think the visuals are still the best part of this movie for me because I just think it is just visually stunning.
Yeah, let's talk about the action. Well, hold on. Let me talk about the score.
But I was going to say the score is right underneath that.
Let me talk about
any Nolan movie. The sound is just incredible. So
yeah. Let me talk about the score for a second. So the score was done by Ludwig Göransson. He's got a really hard name to say.
There's not a Von in there?
No, I don't think it's Von Göransson. No, it's just Ludwig Göransson.
Usually there's a Van or a Von.
Right, or Von, right. No, he's this young dude who like did all the scores for Ryan Coogler's movies. Like he did Creed and
director.
Fruitvale. Yeah, true. And he won the Oscar for Black Panther. He won the score. So okay. So I am already
that soundtrack so good.
It's so mediocre.
Wow.
It's okay. Here's the thing. And this is what I wanted. I wanted to talk about this because I don't know when I'm going to have a platform to fucking rave about this. But in 2018, a great year for movies, Nicholas Britell did the score for If Beale Street Could Talk, which is one of the most sensual, like warm
I've heard
scores.
You talk about this one before.
Oh my, it's unfucking believable. It's one of the best scores like of that decade. And then Justin Hurwitz did the score for First Man, which is another one that I just like. When I hear the score for First Man, I like well up with tears. I
feel like he's done a lot. Hurwitz.
Hurwitz is Damien Chazelle's guy, so he did like the La La Land scores. Okay, yeah. And Nicholas Britell is Barry Jenkins' guy, so he did like the Moonlight score, and I think he's doing the score for the Underground Railroad. But so there's these two scores that come out in 2018 that are like groundbreakingly good. They're so good. I listen to them constantly. They're beautiful. Britell got nominated, but Justin Hurwitz didn't even get nominated for that score. And then also in 2018, you've got like the score for Annihilation, which was never going to get nominated, but it's like, fucking insane. And there's so many good scores that year. And like, that was
my favorite movie of 2018.
Oh, that's number 2 for me. Yep. Annihilation. But I was just so like bummed out when they gave the best original score trophy to fucking Black Panther, because it's just like, yeah, I don't know, it's just like an Avengers score. It just sounds like burr, 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 burr. Like it's like completely uninspired, and it just sounds like a blockbuster score. It's fine when you have these like works of art sitting right next to it. It sucks. So I was kind of mad at Ludwig Göransson. I was sort of like, fuck this guy, like whatever. And then it was announced that Hans Zimmer was leaving Tenet because he was originally going to score Tenet.
Old Faithful.
Yeah, so he was going to score Tenet, but then he ended up getting the job on Dune. So he's doing the score for the new Dune movie. So Ludwig Göransson sweeps in and picks up the job to score Tenet. And I'm like, all right, like fucking picking up Hans Zimmer sloppy seconds, huh? All right, we'll see how you do. And within 5 minutes, I was like, nope, never mind. Great score. He deserves the fucking Oscar, even if it's for the wrong movie. The score is awesome. It's fucking like thrumming and electronic, and like it's doing all these cool things with like reverse, instrumentals and shit. Oh my god,
Yeah,
it's such a good score.
it's
It's my
great.
favorite
I
score
mean-
this year, and of course didn't get nominated because the Oscars are fucking idiots. But whatever.
Yeah, I mean, you know, you look at especially Nolan, like the scores build the tension and like kind of
Yeah.
with, you know, we've talked about the ticking.
Oh yeah,
And
with
there was
Dunkirk.
kind of like it wasn't the ticking in this movie, but there was like a variant to where it's kind of like in the background.
Yep.
You know what I'm talking about? It was
Yeah,
like
he's doing the really cool shit with the music that coincides with what the theme of the movie is. Like he's doing these reverse like bass drops and like these cool like backwards fluttering electronic sounds that are really intense and like kind of like strange, which lends itself to the actual like atmosphere of the movie.
No, it definitely fit the film.
Yeah. I just think it's a great score. So I don't know. So I feel like I'm out of breath because I just fucking talked forever about fucking 2018 scores, but it won't be the last time. Look, I do want to talk about the action scenes though, because there are a couple fucking great ones.
Well, we talked about the fight scene at that restaurant. First and foremost,
Yes.
oh, you know what? This is actually the wrong restaurant. I'm talking about the restaurant with Michael Caine.
Okay.
Why is he an asshole to the waiters?
Yeah, I don't know.
It felt so out of place. Like there was 3 interactions he had with the waiter, and all 3 he was just an asshole. Like
you talking about Washington?
Yeah, am I supposed to not like him? Or
I don't know. Well, I mean, you're a little biased because you've spent a lot of time serving tables, so you're like, what's this fucking asshole's deal?
anyone that watches
same here.
that scene, like,
yeah, I don't know. It's weird.
I totally did not get that at all. It's just it felt weird to me. Like,
well, he has no character.
Exactly. Like,
You don't
so
know
I
what
was
you're
like,
supposed to
so the little that we're given, am I not supposed to like him? Like,
I guess so. I don't know.
I don't
It's
know
strange.
either. That was an odd.
Well, while we're talking about it, that's the one Michael Caine scene. So he popped up. We got our Michael Caine.
He did pop up. He
is.
He has a nice line. He's like, I don't think they'll, or I don't think some Brooks Brothers won't do.
I like the line. Washington says, the British don't have a monopoly on snobbery. And he says, no, but we do have a controlling interest, which is great. I like that a lot.
That's a great line.
Yeah. And that's all we get of Michael Caine. He's in and out. I don't know what his deal is. He just kind of is another person that John David Washington has to walk into a room and talk to for a second to get some vague information about what's going to happen next.
Yeah, that scene was just exposition and him being an asshole.
For how much I am like lukewarm on Inception, the world building and exposition in Inception,
oh my god,
so fucking good. Like
I thought the exact same thing when I was watching it, because like that scene, or like whenever there's an exposition and they're explaining it just, I feel so much more like
I feel more
into
confused.
it with like Leo.
Are you talking about Inception?
Well, no, like I'm comparing the two because
okay, got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's just like in this movie, it's like, I don't know, it's very bland. They're just talking about the words, whatever,
Yeah.
With Inception, Leo's like, you're getting the visual demonstration with it. You're getting, he's charming. He's smart.
Right.
You're even finding in that same scene where he's talking about to Elliot Page's character, you're getting even more backstory with him and his wife. Like there's so much more to these characters in his other films.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Yeah. I mean, that's a big thing that Inception has over this. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, all right, let's talk about some action scenes, at least so we can be a little bit positive here. I don't really want to talk about the first action scene too much, just because it's just like a bunch of people attacking an opera. It's scary. I think it's intense. I love the like kinetic motion of this scene. There's a couple of shots where John David Washington is like full force sprinting from one location in the opera to the other, and the camera is moving like right next to him. There's a lot of really good momentum in this scene.
Awesome.
And then like, a lot of people just kind of get shot with guns, and then like there's like a reverse gun, and that's it, like whatever.
That visual of all those sleeping audience members, that's spooky. That's not.
I remember that from the trailer being like, whoa.
It's not good.
No. And then what else we got? There's I guess let's talk about the first like big awesome set piece, which is John David Washington fighting himself.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so at that point they're trying to steal the painting for Elizabeth Debicki's, or drawing for Elizabeth Debicki's character, because that's the only leverage her cartoon husband holds over her.
Correct. They're doing that, and then also at some point he looked at a blueprint and was like, there's something at the center of this complex. We need to find out what it is. So they're also looking to like get into the center of this weird craft. I don't know. Got nothing for you. I don't know what it is.
A Freeport, which exists in real life.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah. The fact that you can basically keep expensive stuff there without paying taxes.
Yeah. Nuts.
Yeah. It's ridiculous. Just another loophole.
Yeah. Cool world.
But it does set up this really cool segment where they only have 10 seconds to breathe or to open the door.
I'm going to go ahead and say that's not a cool segment.
Oh no, that's the only emotion I saw when Pattinson like shows the fear in his face, like he's about to die.
Well,
and
he's a great
looking
actor.
around. Oh, I know that, but give me more of just But
I think that scene is so funny because I mean, there's no really other good way to do this. He did this scene in the best way possible, and it does work. Like you said, like when you see Pattinson, like that flash of fear.
Oh yeah, I love it.
Like that's good stuff. But this scene is so funny because at the end of the day, all it is two actors having to like fake hold their breath and like run around like they're in a silent movie. Like they're just kind of like puffing their cheeks out, like oh, like trying to run to the next door. It's kind of funny because there's no special effects here. You know, you can't
special effects, but it's set up by the previous scene where they're practicing holding their breath and they're like, no, you got to do better. You got to do better.
Yeah.
So when it finally came and their guide, or so to speak, in that, and he immediately goes to the door and doors instantly close. You're like, oh boy, clock is ticking. Yeah, it's cool. I like that. I'm not gonna lie. I think the first hour I was very entertained. I was fused,
but you were into it.
I was into it, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, well, I guess that's fair because most movies that he makes, like the first hour, you're kind of like, well, what is this thing? And then eventually it pays off. But this movie just got more confusing.
Yeah, the pieces didn't make the picture.
No, the pieces didn't make sense. He just kept giving you pieces. like it's like the first hour he gave you a full puzzle, and then you were like, all right, let me start putting this puzzle together, and he just dumps out another puzzle box, and you're like, wait a second, this isn't right.
I didn't finish the first one yet.
Exactly.
No, I put together my puzzle and I thought it was upside down. I had no clue what was going on.
No. So yeah, he gets to the center of this, and then like this is the first cool backwards action scene you get, I think, where a reverse him from like the future comes out of the turnstile and they like have this cool fist fight. I gotta say, I've been kind of ragging on Nolan this whole season about his hand-to-hand like action scenes. This is a good one. This one's clean.
Might be his best, honestly.
I just really love the Bane fight in the fucking sewers or whatever.
Oh,
that one's really good. But
sure.
I mean, that one also has...
Yeah, way to hit me in my soft spot right there.
Yeah, I mean, that one's got fucking Tom Hardy doing a monologue. It's great. But this one's good, man. It's really clean. You can see everything that's going on. It has a lot of momentum like most of these action scenes have, where like the camera isn't sitting still. It's like moving with the characters quickly, but not in like the Jason Bourne shaky cam kind of way. It's still really easy to follow.
Yeah. Choreography was great. Oh, that's that little segment where he gets the clip back in the gun. He brings the gun to him.
He like holds his hand out and the gun like tumbles down the hallway into his hand.
It's so cool.
It's really cool. This is all awesome stuff because you're watching the movie, I guess, in the chronology of like forwards John David Washington. So he's fighting a guy who's doing backwards shit to him. And like every now, like,
listen, I'm still thinking in literal linear terms.
I know. I mean, me too, because I'm a fucking human being, unlike Christopher Nolan, who's apparently a robot alien. I don't fucking understand. But the scene's great. He's doing all these awesome like fight scene, like these awesome like choreographed movements, and then every like fourth or fifth time they do a move, there's this really disorienting like backwards move that the other guy does.
Yeah.
Like he'll like tumble over his shoulder in like the wrong direction. And you're like, wait, oh, right. Because he's going backwards. It's so weird. It's so strange. And then it ends with him getting like sucked out of the door, which you find out later is because he gets blown through the door by the jet engine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And this all happens. Oh, we didn't talk about the airplane, which this all happens because they crash a plane into the hangar to like set off the alarms or whatever so that they can sneak in. Right.
Yeah. That was their way of infiltration.
Yeah.
I got an idea, but you're not gonna like it.
Yeah. I remember when this movie was coming out, there was like an article about like Christopher Nolan crashed an actual fucking jumbo jet. And like, Nolan in all of his, sage wisdom was like, well, yeah, it was cheaper. Like, why would I do a CGI explosion when I can do the real thing and it's cheaper and it looks better? which is sort of like his, I mean, that's like his mantra, right? Like that's why his movies look so great.
They look so good. That part where the plane is going down and all the gold starts falling out.
Yeah.
It's so cool. It just looks cool. I like that actor too.
Yeah, who is he?
He's a star in Yesterday, that
oh, that's what he's from.
the
That's
Danny
right.
Boyle movie. He's also on Avenue 5. It's an HBO show.
He was good. He was good. I liked his energy in this. He had like this cool fucking like hot bad guy. Like I don't know. He was cool.
He's always good. I'm expecting to see more of him. What's his name? Let's get his name in here.
Yeah, let's get his name in here
for the cast.
Hamish Patel.
Patel?
No, Hamish Patel.
Hamish.
His last name is
Okay.
Yeah, no, he's good. I liked him. I just remember this like article coming out talking about how he crashed an actual plane, and I was like, wow, that's gonna be fucking crazy. And then you see the actual movie, and like right before it happens, Robert Pattinson's like, well, don't be so dramatic. We're not gonna crash it from the air. And I'm like, oh, we're not. And then it's just like a plane that just slowly drives into a building. And I was like, oh, all right. But watching it the second time, knowing that that's what it was pretty fucking great.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah. Just hearing all that, seeing all that gold fall out of there. That's a money shot for me.
So then the other big set piece, well, there's two other really big set pieces. The car chase set piece, which fucking rules.
Yeah, I mean, that's the part from the trailer where everyone was like, oh, this is gonna be radical.
When you see like the silver car start to like warble and then like come back.
Yeah, like it's going through the inversion, and it looks sweet.
Yeah. So that whole set piece is cool.
Don't know what's going on in that at all.
So this is kind of the other thing I wanted to get to. Like that was sort of my an overarching theory, not theory, but just like I thought I had. George Lucas, the creator of Star Wars.
Yeah.
He started his career off making like short films about just like cars moving really fast with like literally no characters. They were essentially silent films of just action in motion. And God, was it fucking? I think it was Francis Ford Coppola who was like, hey man, like, because they were all boys, like him and Spielberg, and they all went to school together or whatever. Yeah. They came up together. So like Coppola was like, hey dude, you need to like make movies like a human being, like you need to put like a character in your movie and like have like a story. And then he goes on to make like THX 1138. I don't remember. Whatever. That's a great movie, but like it's just again just like motion and like weird like abstract ideas, and like the movie bombs. But that's sort of what Lucas was most passionate about, was like just raw, like abstract motion and like kinetic energy. And like, that's it. That's all his movies that he wanted them to be when he first started making movies. And I think that this movie succeeds when it's just doing that. When you've got like this cool chase scene where like half the cars are going backwards and like doing weird maneuvers through time and shit, it's awesome. And you're just like, wow, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. And then the second a character opens their mouth to like try to explain what's going on, you're like, nope, fuck this. Like your brain just immediately rejects it.
Well, mine didn't. I tried to.
Oh my God.
Like but yeah, it's this whole movie is just, it's a lot to just try to put together in different places.
Okay, so the other set piece I wanted to talk about was, of course, the big war set piece at the end where people are going backwards and forwards and trying to do a temporal pincer attack.
Yeah, this whole part was a little tough. This is when I kind of faded out a little bit.
You're just like, I'm out.
I was good. Like I was on board. I was riding it. I was confused and I was trying to figure it out. But at the same time, I was just like, you know what? Don't think about it too much. Let's just go with the flow. Let's see what he's got. But by this point, this whole war, this is when I was like, oh man, this is getting wild. Like I can't follow this in the slightest.
You really can't. Like,
so at that point, you just kind of want to sit back and watch the visuals. But at that point, it's kind of just a lot of like explosions and.
Yeah, I like this last set piece, but you just kind of hit on it. Like I'm at the point of the movie where I've given up. I just am like, all right, you're going to do a last big set piece. Let's do it. At least it'll look cool. And then like, a couple seconds in, you're like, he just keeps doing like reverse explosions. Like the whole thing is just like, oh, look at that big explosion plume. Oh, it went back into the ground. And then he does like 4 more of those. I think the only cool moment in this whole set piece is when the blue team and the red team have their clocks set so that at exactly 5 minutes, one of their members will shoot a rocket at a building. So like the building.
Oh, that tower.
Yeah, like the building explodes and then reforms and then immediately explodes again in a different way. I think that's like the coolest part of this whole set piece.
Yeah, that was freaking awesome.
Of course, like Robert Pattinson is like driving a Jeep through this set piece, and at some point he like switches which way in time he's going, and you're just like, what is fucking going on? Who's where? What are they even trying to do? Like, none of it matters, you know? Like, it's just like pure chaos.
What's the whole subplot with the other guy that kind of turns on him? Doesn't really at the end.
No clue.
That other, you know what I'm talking about?
No.
The other soldier where he's like, he tells him stop thinking in linear terms.
That's Aaron Taylor Johnson.
I thought that was him.
Yeah, that's him.
What's his deal?
I don't know. He's just like another soldier or something.
He didn't have any ulterior motives.
I have no clue. Does he die? No, he doesn't die.
No, he takes doesn't he get the device and he takes it, or he walks off?
No, he like splits it up between the three of them.
They come to an understanding. And because at one point they had guns drawn on each other.
I don't remember. I honestly have no idea. Like I don't know what the point of any of it was. Is the thing is I don't know what the resolution was supposed to be or what it ended up being.
I don't know.
The movie's a goddamn mess.
Well, he's ambitious. I can't dog on him for not being ambitious. That's for sure.
He certainly is. But yeah, I like I said, I just think this is the kind of movie that gets made when no one has any notes for the director. No one has anything that they want to try and correct. It's just let him go, and we're not going to fucking intervene at all.
It's not only that. Like as soon as the movie starts, like I'm talking within 5 minutes.
Yeah,
there are so many moving pieces.
Yup.
And he does not give each piece the time it needs to like.
No, that's the thing. Is this movie's long. It's like 2.5 hours long, but it moves at such a fucking pace where like I said earlier, like if you have gotten to the end of a scene and you're not quite sure what happened in that scene, you are fucked for the rest of the movie.
Yeah.
That's how fast this movie moves. It's like, yeah, if you didn't get what just happened in the last 10 seconds, you're fucked for the next hour and 30 minutes.
Yeah, there's definitely like, I don't know. There's like, I feel like it's almost like a half a movie. I feel like the visual, the spectacle, the, this like we said, the sound, like all that is great. But as far as on the character side, it was
nothing.
Absent.
Yeah.
Tardy.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Yeah, I liked Pattinson's character, but I mean, half of that is because he's played by Robert Pattinson, and the other half is because like I think he actually is doing something with the character, but that's like I don't know. There's not really much there for him to do, anyways.
No, I think as good as Pattinson is, it's just Pattinson in a suit. No, I didn't see anything else. Like, give me 3 details about Pattinson's character besides that.
He goes backwards. He has a master's in physics.
Yep.
And he knows that John David Washington doesn't drink soda water.
Right. Yeah.
I don't know. That took a lot. That took a lot for me to fucking try.
That's what I'm saying. Like, and you can do that with every single character. I felt like the absence of character in Dunkirk is ramped up, and it shouldn't be. Like, whereas Dunkirk, it worked because you're just along for the ride.
Well, that's the point of Dunkirk. Yeah.
Whereas here, I needed substance. If you're going to give me a 2.5 hour movie that's this long, right. I need to feel something more for these characters. I need to know more than he's just the protagonist and he's going to save the world from a cartoon villain.
Yeah, that's a fucking very fair complaint. Like I can't deny.
I need to know more than he's just a cool. Then John David Washington Pattinson look cool in suits and they can beat up people, or
that would work in like an hour and 40-minute movie. Like you could probably do some cool, quick action, make it really lean and mean. But yeah, when it drags on for 2.5 hours, it's kind of like at some point you just kind of give up, And
well, here's the thing. Like, so he made this movie to pretty much show off this badass concept.
Yeah.
Like, so if
it really feels like that's the extent of his like interest in this movie.
Right. And I feel like he wanted to hit that note so hard. He just kept giving you more and more of the reverse.
Yeah.
When I didn't need as much of it, I needed more of other areas.
Yeah, and there are points in this movie where I don't know who's going backwards or forwards in time. Like it gets to such a weird like moment where you're like, what is he doing? Where is he going? When is he going?
Well, he tried in the third act. He tried to fix that with the red and blue stickers because
that kind of helped.
But at the same time,
yeah, you're like, well, all right, whatever.
Thanks for giving me this little piece that I don't know where it got. Like, I don't know. It's just,
yeah. I mean, it's a weird movie. I don't know what his next movie is going to be like. You know, I don't know what the course correction, or if there is going to be any correction, or what his next move is going to be.
Yeah, I think he's figuring that out right now. He is. Who knows? I mean, the only thing we can say for sure is that I think I can say for sure, after doing this season on Christopher Nolan, his next movie will have something that I've never seen before.
Okay, yeah. I mean, most likely, yeah. That seems to be the trajectory. Yeah, I don't know. Let's wind it down a little bit. What would you like to see him do next is a good question. What kind of movie do you want to see Nolan tackle next?
Well, does he have to have all the things that he normally has? Does he like?
It can be anything. It can be anything. I don't care.
But I want him to feel comfortable making my movie. So I'll give him guys in suits. Okay. I'll give him a dead wife.
Okay, he gets one dead wife.
I'll give him...
It's been like 2 movies since he did that, so that'll be good.
Yeah, I'll give him an exposition scene where 2 sexy characters are sipping liquor.
Okay, yeah. Michael Caine has to be in it.
Sure.
In some capacity.
Yeah. Oh, he will be in this movie for sure.
Yes, he will be. Okay. But what kind of movie do you want?
Make it sound amazing and make it look amazing. And that's Christopher Nolan.
You've just described every Nolan movie. I'm just saying, what movie do you want him to make next? What kind of movie?
Oh, geez, this is just like kind of a preference thing. Give me like a gangster. Give me so he's done a lot of secret agent, federal agents.
Yeah, he's done some crime.
Yeah, bring it. Give me the other side. Give me like terrorism.
Well, that's kind of what The Dark Knight Rises was.
Sure, but I don't want a Batman. Make it. Give me villain centric.
Okay.
Give me maybe like a Scarface anti-hero turn at the end, something like that. But make it sexy and make them all badass and make them killers.
So here's what I would like to see him do next, and this is purely me being selfish. I want him to do like a sword and sorcery fantasy epic. Because
you just like that genre.
That's exactly correct. There aren't a lot of good ones. I love that genre so much. There aren't very many good like fantasy movies, you know, like that are just sort of straightforward. And can you imagine like Nolan's take on magic? You know what I mean? Like it would be kind of cool to see him do. Exactly. So I
cannot imagine him doing anything with magic.
Imagine him doing a movie where there's a fucking dragon. Like, that'd be so cool.
I'm instantly imagining it as mechanical.
Exactly right. Yeah, it's just like a big fucking robot. Yeah, I don't know.
How about that? You know, give me something in the vein of Blade Runner. If he
loves Blade Runner.
He's great at futuristic stuff. Give me something futuristic.
Oh shit.
Give me a Black Mirror type.
I was just going to say, you know what would be awesome would be to see him tackle some sort of AI story.
Yeah, I mean,
now
here's that. Are you sure that's not his next pitch?
Right? No, he hasn't announced it yet. I would love for him. Here it is. You got Christopher Nolan. He's writing and directing a movie about artificial intelligence robots. It's a big action movie. Michael Caine is like
the robot.
No, Michael Caine plays like the businessman who owns the company who makes the robots. You know what I mean? Like that's absolutely okay. You get like Zimmer or Göransson to come back and do the score, and it's fucking really synthy and like cool. You know who you get to star?
Let's see who goes what. He hasn't been any in no.
Here's the thing: the one person I would love to star in a Christopher Nolan movie. He's never been in a Nolan movie. And I think that they would work so fucking well together because they both have this sort of like technological, like extremely precise way of like going about their craft.
Is it gonna click as soon as I hear it? Like
I don't know. I don't know what
fit like a glove.
Well, there's 2, but one of them is like way more so. Tom Cruise. How have we not gotten a Tom Cruise, Christopher Nolan like sci-fi epic?
Okay, I don't know if those 2 egos could fit in the same room.
I think they could. I think that Tom Cruise would love to work with Nolan. I think Nolan might be a little bit he might like be like, all right, this guy's a little bit much for me.
Yeah.
But you know, I think that would be great. Also, I think Will Smith in a Nolan movie I think would work really well.
Okay, I like that more for sure because I've already seen Will Smith nail iRobot. You know, I can see him in the future. Yeah. And then again, you can make the same case with Minority Report. But from what I've heard about Tom Cruise is he runs his set. Like I know the director, you know, is usually the one in charge, but from what I've heard, Tom Cruise is the one in charge.
Current Tom
on his set.
Cruise, yeah, because he works with Christopher McQuarrie basically exclusively now.
Yeah, and he runs him.
Yeah, well, McQuarrie and him work really well together because like McQuarrie knows exactly what he's doing, and Cruise is able to exert the level of control he wants. You know, I do think like 2000s Tom Cruise would be perfect for a Nolan movie. Like when he was back when he was working with just like every auteur on the
times.
Yeah, like when he was just working with like Kubrick and Scorsese was earlier, but like Spielberg and PTA, like all of those. Like I would have
when he was trying to win an Oscar.
God, he tried so hard to win that Oscar.
He tried.
Now
he just likes money.
I don't even know. He has the money. I don't think he likes money. I think he likes to try to feel like some sort of emotion by like throwing himself out of a rocket or whatever. He's like, I need to feel something, so let me just jump out of this building. Like, he's a fucking psycho. I love him. All right. Well, I mean, is there anything else we need to talk about with Tenet? There probably is, but I just don't have any kind of energy for this movie left.
Yeah, I don't think so. I mean, again, with this movie, you see a lot of clever edit cuts that Nolan does. Like there's a lot of insinuated violence that isn't shown, and I think that is becoming more and more a Nolan feature.
I like it when he does that. Every time I like it.
I mean, it's showing that you don't need to, it's just opening your eyes to, maybe I'm trying to think of the right words to say, because back in the day, as time has progressed, things have gotten more visceral, more gory, showing you more everything. It's ramped up. He's dialing it down a notch and doing those clever cut edits. So you don't see Kenneth Branagh's cartoon character kick his stomach or his wife in the stomach. Like,
Or John David Washington getting his teeth pulled out.
Right.
Yeah, the train goes right in front of him right before. Yeah.
Right. And well, they do the clever with the egg beater to show that time has passed also.
Oh, is that how they do that?
Well, they show a clock and then they show the clock again and time has passed and he looks drastically more beaten up.
That's what it was. Yeah.
But even that scene where I was saying where Branagh's going crazy and it shows and he goes to kick her and but he cuts away, and there's just a lot of those little cut edits that I noticed.
Love Branagh on this. Oh, I love him. I think he's so fucking good in this movie.
I'll take him way more in Dunkirk.
Yeah, I like him a lot.
I'm not gonna. I didn't like his character. I didn't like any characters really in this.
You're done. I
really did not.
The only other thing I wanted
half a movie.
It really did. And I think it might be designed that way, but I think that's a fucking bad idea. Because there is another movie that exists where Robert Pattinson knows John David Washington and he has to go back in time to do whatever. That's all off screen. You don't. It felt like
they were like, so Christopher, how do you want this character to be? He's like, well, they got to be sexy. Okay.
Yeah.
So anyway.
Yeah, they're just sexy.
That's it.
Yeah, I know. I get it. I totally agree. Yeah. The only other thing I wanted to briefly throw out is how excited I was to watch this movie with subtitles, and then watching it with subtitles just made me more confused. I was like, oh man, I didn't understand anything they said.
Theater, you were like, man, or we both said, we were like, especially in that first scene with the gas mask, we were like, man, really could use subtitles. And
really
then you went back and it made it worse.
Yeah, it was worse. It was a worse experience. I had more fun the first time.
Jesus.
God, maybe this movie would be great is if you just took all the dialogue out and just cranked that soundtrack and it was just action only.
I think after this episode, I'm going to go and study the film because I want to know all about it now.
Have fun.
Yeah. Someone's got to make sense of it.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, Nolan didn't. So I guess if you want to do it, try to go ahead.
Oh boy. Anything else to say on Tenet? Or are we putting a flag in it?
Yeah, we're done. I'm done with Tenet.
We're done with
Tenet. It's a B-. I don't know. C+, B-.
I gave it 2 stars out of 5.
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
2 stars.
So.
2 stars. Bad movie.
It's crazy, man. We did this whole season, and I'm loving all of them.
What a
even his
sour note to go out
that
on.
Cost $48,000 to make.
No. Nope. Cost $6,000. It made $48,000.
Oh, made 48. Gross revenue 48. 0.
Yeah. So yeah.
It's crazy the fact that I can like a movie with that little budget more than this.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
It's wild.
Yeah, what a sour note to go out on. So one of the things you said in episode 1 is you wanted to track to see, like, over all these movies, if Christopher Nolan was still your guy. Do you still feel like he's definitely your guy?
I do. I do still feel like he's my guy based on the sheer ambition of every single one of his like he just shoots for the moon every single time, and I see something new. And besides the acting in this, usually I'm getting good acting out of it too. Okay. I don't think and I'm not saying the acting was bad. I just think the character
writing wasn't good. Yeah.
But yeah, just, he checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
For the most part, consistently. And I still think he's a genius. How's your opinion on him changed?
Hasn't really changed. I still just kind of like him a lot, Okay. Like I do think that this kind of watch, when I was watching through all the movies this time, the emotion from Interstellar and Dunkirk like really overwhelmed me more than it ever had before. Like just fully was just crying during those movies. But like everything else, I just liked him a lot. I gotta say, there aren't really any, I'm trying to think of, and I don't think there are any other directors working today where, love him or hate him, like, if you like Christopher Nolan, if you love him, if you're not really into him at all, there is just something about when Nolan announces a new movie, there's no other director out there where you're like, oh man, I can't imagine, like, man, what's this gonna look like? You know what I mean? I guess the closest I think that comes to it where it's like, this movie's gonna look crazy, there's gonna be some really cool action, like, what's the whole central idea? I think the only other director who comes close to him is Denis Villeneuve, who does like, he's the Blade Runner and Dune. Like, he's kind of has the same sort of vibe. I just like, he's nowhere near as good a filmmaker as Nolan is.
Yeah, I feel like Nolan kind of makes it like an event when he does it, because he just always has to be that guy that, and he's built up that reputation to where he does make these movies, so everyone should be excited.
Right.
But I kind of agree. But when any big name you hear about, a new Scorsese project, a new Spielberg project,
right,
there's a lot of hype. But nowadays you don't get those consistently from those guys like Nolan. Where
Scorsese's kind of consistent. But like the thing is, like, when Scorsese announces like, okay, I'm doing Killers of the Flower Moon, big Western, I'm fucking definitely excited. You know what I mean? Like, hell yeah, dude. That's going to be great. I love all of his movies. Can't wait. But I'm not like, oh man, I can't wait to see what cool like action is going to be in like, that's not what I go for with him.
No, I'm not. I know what I'm getting out of old Scorsese these days.
You're getting the goods is what you're getting.
Nah, I mean,
you're getting the grade A meat. That's what you're getting.
No, he definitely peaked with Goodfellas, in my opinion.
No way. Nope. I refuse that comment.
Oh wait, did I say that? No, for me, his number one. We're getting off topic, but it's Fear. Cape Fear.
Cape Fear? Oh, that's a good pick. That's a good pick for your number one.
It's also my favorite Bobby D movie.
Man, I don't know what my favorite Bobby D movie. My favorite Scorsese is Silence, but I mean, that's just. Yep. You hated it, didn't you?
I loved it.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was incredible.
I fucking love Silence.
It was incredible. Remember, I because we both were really high on Adam Driver at the time.
Right. Yeah, I remember that.
So Adam Driver, was he even in the movie? Because I was that blown away by Garfield.
Yeah, he's incredible.
Yeah.
Anyways.
But I get what you're saying about Nolan and his, his prestigious announcements.
There's an excitement around a new Nolan release that doesn't really, it's not really matched by anyone else.
Well, of course, like those other old acclaimed directors, they're old. Nolan's on the younger side. He's more in touch with the younger crowd too.
True. Yeah. He's kind of paving the way for what blockbuster filmmaking is going to be for this generation. So that makes sense.
Yeah.
No.
Should we reveal who we're doing next season, or should we get into the game time right now?
Okay, I don't actually have a game for you this week.
Oh, okay.
I think we should just skip the game, because the only category that this is under is IMAX, which we've already done.
Okay.
Weirdly enough, it's not in like a time travel category, but whatever.
Well, I'll give you one real quick.
Yeah. Okay.
Robert Pattinson and Maggie Smith.
I don't like Harry Potter 4.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, I was gonna say there's gotta be a Harry Potter.
What's the name of that one?
Oh, that one was the Goblet of Fire.
There you go, baby. Nice.
Don't step to me with the HP. Come on now. As long as it's only the movies and you're not talking about the books at all, because I've never read them, but that's fine.
Books are significantly better than the movies.
Disagree. Because Robert Pattinson's not in the books, but
Robert Pattinson's barely in the movies too. So
well, he's in them. He's in them though. He's in them.
Maybe like 3 scenes.
He's in a movie.
Is it just the 4th movie too?
I think it might be just the 4th.
It's like 3 scenes in the 4th movie.
Yeah, and he dies.
And one of them is a smile.
Yeah, and I throw an Oscar. I throw an Oscar right at him. I'm like, there you go, bud. You earned it.
Oh, geez.
Okay. Before we reveal season 2, I want to do our ranking of all of Nolan's movies.
Okay.
Did you come prepared?
I think I can. Let me bring up a list real quick. I did. I don't know if our guests need to know, but I created that database and I added all his movies in there. So now I just got to plug in a little more data, and I should have that.
It's like you're hacker, you're like a cool hacker, like a '90s hacker. You just putting in the data, and
I hit 3 keys, and I'm like, and we're in.
Oh,
I hate that. That's the worst.
What? That's the coolest. That's the coolest move you can do.
That is.
I don't know. The CIA's firewall is pretty intense. Let me just. All right, we're in. We're good.
Like it's literally you hit the keyboard 3 times, and we're in.
It's awesome.
All right. I think we can both agree what his worst is, right?
Yeah, it's Tenet.
Yeah.
Tenet is number 11. Okay. I'm gonna read mine off from number 11 all the way down to number 1.
Oh, you don't want to do it as a team?
No. I want you and I, we can have our own separate rankings.
Okay.
All right. So number 11 is Tenet. Number 10, Memento.
Lenny.
Number 9, Following. Number 8, The Dark Knight Rises. Number 7, Inception. Number 6, and here's where you're going to get mad at me, The Dark Knight. Number 5 is Dunkirk. Number 4, Insomnia. Number 3, Batman Begins. Number 2, The Prestige. And of course, number 1 is best movie, Interstellar.
Okay. Well, I mean, movie rankings and reviews are all subjective.
Fully subjective.
You know, I can like one thing, you can like another thing. That's what makes it great. Yeah, I definitely don't have The Dark Knight and Dunkirk at, what'd you have, 5 and 6?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's 1 and 2 for me. I'm still gonna put The Dark Knight above Dunkirk. I don't know if that will last because it seems like Dunkirk is growing. And you know, the more time that passes, I'm just
the more you love it.
Yeah, I'm just appreciating it.
So
more
Dunkirk
and more.
very well might end up being your favorite Nolan movie of all time.
It possibly could.
Wow.
And I think that says a lot because
I do want to be clear. Hold on. I want to be clear and just really on my ranking. I like all of his movies except for Tenet and a little bit Memento. So when I put The Dark Knight at number 6, that's not a dig on The Dark Knight. That's like me saying, you know, The Dark Knight's great, but he has so many other movies that are even like more like they're all great. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It hurt me to put Dunkirk at number 5 because I wanted to put it at number 1, but there were just, you know, 3 other movies that I liked more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're all great. You know, anyways, so go ahead with your ranking.
Okay. Well, like I said, I had to put Dark Knight 1 because I just, not only is it one of the best comic book movies of all time, it's one of the best movies I've seen of all time. It's just, it's long, but we did a whole thing on it. I loved it. Number 2, we got Dunkirk. Number 3, we got Interstellar. I'm still crying thinking about it. Dude, thinking, don't make me leave like this, Marv.
By the time this episode comes out, I didn't tell you this, but by the time this episode comes out, like all of the episodes will be out at once. When I was editing the Interstellar episode, I was like crying because I was putting clips from Interstellar in, and I was like, don't let me leave like this, Marv. And I was just like sitting in my hotel editing a podcast, just tearing up because of Interstellar. Anyways, go ahead. Number 3 is Interstellar.
That's amazing. No, it's definitely his most emotional movie. We talked about that. That's heart. Give me a fraction of that heart in this movie.
Yeah, it might be a little bit more
palatable. My God. It's what happened between that level of emotion to this? Like, he just went right. He's like, no, I'm going right by the book this time. So yeah, Interstellar 3. Then I got The Prestige at 4. Okay. Then I got The Dark Knight Rises at 5.
Wow.
I love Bane.
I love Bane. I can't deny.
Whenever I think of that fight scene, I see those soldiers stoically looking around, straight face, as Batman's the only one in that fight that doesn't know he's going to lose it.
He just gets bodied.
Oh, I love it. Just love it. So yeah, where's that? Interstellar 3, Prestige 4, Dark Knight Rises 5, 6. I think I had Following there. Yeah, Following.
What?
Yeah, I liked Following. And then I had, this is actually, I'm going to have to go back and look at these because I'm going to match them up with my scores. And I can't really remember right now.
Yeah. But
I didn't like Insomnia back in the day. I liked it more this time, but I still think I'm putting, no. I'm putting Insomnia above Memento for sure.
Okay.
I didn't originally have that. It was reversed before.
How low is Batman Begins on your list?
I'll slide that in right there. The next one. And I didn't even put Inception in there. No, this order's all wonky. I'm gonna have to fix this. By next season, I'll have an accurate list and we'll do a recap.
We'll do the beginning of episode 1 of our next season. We'll make sure you get your Nolan ranking in there.
Yeah, we'll just do like a little season 1 recap.
Yeah, just a little cleanup.
Yeah, no problem.
Okay, well then I guess it's time for us to announce season 2.
Oh boy.
I'm very excited for
This
season
is
1.
Your Guy.
Yes, it is. So for season 1, we did Your Guy.
Okay.
We started. It just made sense. Let's start with our 2 favorite directors. Let's knock them out really quick. We love them. Let's talk about them. So
we started this podcast by making a giant list of directors.
We have a big list. Yes,
a giant list, and we decided it would be the best course of action to go with my guy first, Your Guy second,
and then I think what we should do after season 2 is just go back and forth between picking. So you should pick whoever we do for season 3, and then I'll do season 4, and just so on and so forth.
Possibly. Yeah. I mean, we're going to look at a whole bunch of formats. We might even get a little viewer input, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Input. I'll definitely share some posts and get some recommendations, see what people want to hear for sure.
Possibly season 3, we'll start introducing some guest hosts down the line.
Yeah.
Maybe.
We'll definitely get some guests on.
Yeah.
Figure that out. But so,
let's hear it. Let's tell me about your guy.
We did Christopher Nolan season 1, right? The big set pieces, the cold, calculated, precision. Season 2,
sexy.
Season 2, we're gonna get horny. We're gonna get funny. We're gonna get real dramatic. We're doing the films of Paul Thomas Anderson, my favorite director, probably the most important artistic influence I've had in my lifetime.
How excited are you?
I'm very excited. I haven't seen some of his movies in a long time.
Too.
Very excited to talk about the last half of his career. He's only got 8 movies. It's going to be a little bit shorter season, three shorter than this one. But yeah, we're going to start off with Hard 8, a movie that not really many people have seen, and then after that, it's just a bunch of movies a lot of people have seen. So,
I'm excited. I know he's your guy, but I definitely agree that he is incredible as a filmmaker.
Awesome. Yeah.
So, I'm very, very excited.
You still have not seen Phantom Thread, if I'm not mistaken?
Well, I spoiler, I saw up until he started getting sick. So probably 30 minutes.
Oh my God, you got to finish Phantom. Okay, we're going to finish Phantom Thread.
If my Fire Stick was cutting out the signal, I didn't want to turn it off.
I hear you.
Trust me, I turned it on. I'm like, I don't want to, what am I going to watch this movie about a seamstress or a sewer and then within 5 minutes I'm like, oh wait, it's freaking Daniel Day-Lewis. My mind is blown.
It's such a good movie. Okay, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk Hard 8 on the next episode. Not really sure what the release is gonna be of that, but after this season we're gonna probably take 2-3 weeks off, and then I'm just gonna start releasing episodes every week. So we're gonna start with Hard 8 and just work our way all the way through up until Phantom Thread. And who knows, maybe by the time this season ends, we'll have a trailer for his newest movie, which is coming out this fall. So can't wait.
Oh, if it's this fall, then we might actually get a trailer.
Yeah, we might have to slip in a little bonus episode at the end of the year to cover what the movie is potentially called Soggy Bottom.
Oh,
he's a psycho. So
Soggy Bottom.
He's done this 3 times where he has movies will shoot with a fake name. And he just chose Soggy Bottom as the fake name. This is if he actually ends up naming the movie Soggy Bottom, I think this is going to be the 3rd time he had a fake name for a movie and then just was yeah, fuck it, that's just going to be the name of the movie, because that's what he did for The Master and for Phantom Thread. Those weren't supposed to be those were just like the shooting titles for the movies. And then as like he kind of wound down on production, he's like, yeah, I don't know, it's just going to be called Soggy Bottom. So we'll see.
He's just like, all right.
He's the best.
Yeah.
So, all right, cool. Well, is there anything else? I think that's it. I think we're all done with this episode and the season. We have to say goodbye to Chris.
Yeah. Goodbye,
until his next movie.
I will see you soon.
Wow. All right. Well, thanks for listening. My name's James.
I'm Brent.
And we'll see you for season 2. Thanks.